Hello, dear students. Welcome back to your science classes. How are you all? I hope you all are healthy and doing well. So, students, I'm your science educator again here with a new chapter and a new concept. And today we have chapter number 9, which is communicable disease. So, in our previous chapter, we learned about diseases that are related to the deficiency of particular kind of vitamins, carbohydrates, or proteins we have in our diet. So now first of all we have to understand what does mean by communicable. So this word, if we separate this so commu means you already say communication, right? So those kind of diseases which can transfer to the other person by touching it, by communicating with them, by some spores of your saliva, that is referred as communicable disease. Okay, so what are the learning objectives today we have in this chapter? Spread of communicable disease, how they can spread, airborne disease, waterborne disease, diseases through contaminated food, diseases through direct contact, and diseases the rough in diseases through insects bites, some precautions to prevent communicable diseases, and ways to prevent the spread of communicable diseases. And end of the moment we are going to learn about the vaccination we have. A communicable disease, also called an infectious disease, is a disease resulting from the presence of disease-causing germs including viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and other microorganisms. Microorganisms are living things which are so small that they cannot be seen without the help of microscope. So what we understood about communicable disease, that is also called infectious disease, and they can transfer with the presence of virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and other microorganisms. Microorganism means that those are the very small living things which is present present in our surroundings, but we cannot see them without naked, without a microscope. Like all living things, microorganisms need food and water to live. Microorganisms are present everywhere. Microorganisms which cause diseases are called pathogens. So those microorganisms which cause diseases, that is called your pathogens. Any pathogen can cause only one particular disease. So they have specificness, right? They have perfectionist. They only produce only one kind of disease, each and every pathogen. Okay. So because the pathogen can spread from an affected person to other person, this disease are called infectious or communicable disease. For example, right now I have a cough. So what will happen? So these are the bacteria I have in my hand. So while I'll do handshake with you, what will happen? These bacteria will transfer to your hand, and with the help of your hand, if you eat something without washing your hand, or you touch something and after some time somebody else touched that particular thing, so what will happen here? The transfer of the disease, transfer of the pathogens from one person to other person, another person to another person, right? So now we are going to learn about spread of communicable diseases. The pathogens or germs of communicable diseases may spread through the air we breathe, water we drink, food we eat, insects bites, or sometimes due to direct contact with the patient. Some common communicable diseases are typhoid, tuberculosis, diarrhea, diphtheria, polio, malaria, whooping, cough, mumps, measles, chickenpox, etc. So these are the examples we have for communicable diseases. And what we understand here, the spread of communicable diseases, this could be from the air, from water, the food we eat, and from an infected or insects bites as well. Okay, so now next we're going to learn about the airborne diseases, disease through the air. So when a person suffering from an infectious disease sneezes or coughs, millions of diseases spread in the air. Air carries the germs which infect the healthy people who breathe in the same air. Children can get infected more easily. Common airborne diseases are measles, chickenpox, smallpox, cold, influenza, diphtheria, tuberculosis, and pneumonia. So what we understand here, for example, I have cold, okay, and right now I'm just she. So what will happen? The germs are spread in the air. Now there is a healthy person, same air he have, or he just breathe in. So while he breathe in, he also enters the germs inside their body, and that will result into the airborne diseases. Children get affected easily because they are small and sometimes they have less immunity. Now we have waterborne diseases, diseases through contaminated water. Germs of intestine diseases and some of other diseases are present in large number in the feces of people suffering from them. If their feces enters the source of water, the germs enter the water and the water becomes the contaminated. When people drink such contaminated water, these germs enter their body and infect them. So what we understand here, that if we have contaminated water, not good water result into give you diseases, only contaminated water. And how it will turn into a contaminated water, because if a patient have in his feces a lot of germs are present, and when this enters to the water, and this contaminated waters enter into our home, and when we drink it, so what will happen, it will result into diseases. So when people drink such kind of contaminated water, these germs enter their body and infect them. Thus, a large number of people who drink contaminated water fall ill. Some common waterborne diseases are typhoid, polio, diarrhea, dysentery, and jaundice. Diarrhea is common disease that spreads like an epidemic during the monsoon through contaminated water. So when monsoon become there, the germs are entering into the water sources, and this will result into the epidemic for that time. Now we have diseases through contaminated food. Germs of diseases easily enter uncovered food. Uncovered food items are sold by vendors on the roadside. A lot of dust enters these food items. There is a swarm of flies all around them. Flies are Flies and dust are carriers of germs and they spread diseases. So when a healthy person eats these food items, she falls ill. So what we understand here, when we have uncovered food, so dust just put layer on layer on that put on food, right? The dust spread on it, and on same time we have flies all of the time, and in flies also sit on our feces as well. So we don't know which kind of feces they are sitting on that, and then they sit on our food, so it will contaminated our food. And that is why what we have to keep in a mind, that we always have to cover our food, and where we see uncovered food, we have to just ignore that food to eat. Sometimes food is handled by people whose hands are not properly cleaned. The germs present on their hands and under the fingernails enter the food items and causes disease. So your golgappa time, when your golgappa wala bhaiya take that golgappa inside the water and pick it out, if their hands are dirty and they have germs inside the fingernail, so that germs will enter in your body as well. So always keep in mind while you eat street food. So always make sure that you have to maintain your basic hygiene. Okay. So we often hear of people contracting diarrhea after eating uncovered food from vendors and shops in fairs and festivals. Other diseases caused by contaminated food are typhoid, cholera, and dysentery. So now disease through direct contact. Now I just meet an infected person and take that disease to me, because it is kind of a communicable disease, and communicable disease will transfer from one person to the another person. So some diseases are caused by direct contact with the patient suffering from some infectious disease. Direct contact means using the vessels, towel, soap, comb, and blanket of an infected person. So common diseases which spread by direct contact are scabies, ringworm, measles, chickenpox, etc. These are the examples we have which can spread by direct contact. Now disease through insect bite. So sometimes what will happen, for example, right now I am a dengue person, okay? A mosquito come and just bite me and suck my blood. Same mosquito will suck a healthy person blood. So what will happen, that disease, that germ is enters to mosquito body from an infected person, and then it will transfer to a healthy person. So that is why disease through insect bite also transferred. We know that malaria is caused by the bite of the female Anopheles mosquitoes. When a mosquito bites a person suffering from malaria, malaria pathogen enter the mosquito body through the blood it sucks in. When the same mosquito bites a healthy person and the pathogen infect his body, and he too may contract malaria. Like mosquitoes, some other insects such as fleas and TCTC flies also spread disease. These fleas spread plague, and the TCTC fly spread sleeping sickness. So these are the examples of disease we have for insects. Now, what we have to do to prevent ourselves from communicable diseases, these are the steps we have. Do not allow any wasp with Do not allow any wastewater to mix with the source of water. Do not defect any do not defecate anywhere near the source of water. Do not wash clothes, utensils, or animals in the source of water, such as ponds, tanks, rivers, etc. Also, do not bath in them. So, you have to make sure that you have to spread the awareness, and you have to stop those people who done these kind of activities, who wash their utensils, who defeat themselves in front of the water sources, or they mix something waste into water. So now keep the food covered to avoid flies sitting on them. If you are buying food stuff from the market, you must ensure that they are prepared hygienically and stored safely. Do not allow water to stagnate anywhere near your house, otherwise it will become a breeding place for mosquitoes. So always make sure that if you see any stagnant water inside in your near, make sure that you have to empty that particular utensil, or don't stagnate the water into that. Now we have ways to prevent the spread of communicable disease. Spit only in spittoons. Always cover your mouth when you sneeze or cough. Keep away from people who are suffering from communicable diseases. Always drink clean germ free water. Boiled or filtered water is safe to drink. So what you can do, you don't know it is this water, it's having germs or not, so you can use a filter, or you can boil your water before drinking. Keep the infected person in a very clean and well ventilated and separate room. After corona time, I hope so you understood how you have to take yourself away from communicable diseases, because corona is one of the communicable disease we have. So those activities, those precautions you perform while at the time of corona, the same processes, the same steps we have here. So chemicals such as DDT should be used in such areas to kill the germs and mosquito. Now we are going to learn about the vaccination, and just thankfully, not thankfully, okay, but due to corona, you already know what does mean by vaccination. Vaccination can be taken to ensure that we do not come in contact with the disease, even if its pathogen do enter our body. So babies are given vaccination at birth and within a few months after birth to prevent certain diseases like polio, tuberculosis, diphtheria, meningitis, whooping cough, muscles, etc. The schedule for vaccination is given in the table. So these are the vaccinations we give to the children at their ages at birth, after 1.5 months, after 2.5 months. So you just have to give a look at here. Now people going on the pilgrimage are in danger of getting cholera, therefore they are given the cholera vaccine before they leave. As a result, they do not get cholera in, even if the cholera germs enter their body. Have you listened to the information about prevention of disease on radio and television, as well as seen the hoardings at railway station, bus stands, airports, and other important places? So you already seen a lot of hoardings, a lot of advertisements on your television, on your radio, on your mobile phone as well, to prevent yourself from corona, right? So it is very common for you right now after corona time. So including hospitals and clinics, this information is given by the public health department, who provides aware who provides this awareness. So this is your public health department. It includes precautions to be taken regarding drinking water and food on sale in the market, and the importance of keeping our surroundings clean. So students, this is the end of your chapter. I hope so you understood, and you also understood how you have to prevent yourself from communicable diseases. So don't just read out and just live it. You have to gain these habits in your day-to-day life as well. So these chapters helping you to get away from the communicable diseases. So students, now we're going to meet you in your next class. Till that, bye bye. Have a good day.